welcome to our YouTube channel. This is Kiefer Adventures, and today I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on our family and how things are going with school. We, as you know, a few weeks ago, or well, actually I guess it's been about a month, maybe a little over a month even, that our 9-year-old Eli was diagnosed with ADHD inattentive. It was kind of a surprise. It wasn't. I was actually diagnosed with ADD as a kid, which is the same thing as the ADHD inattentive. I guess they changed the name since then. And I mean, I still, I don't want to say struggle with it. But there are days, definitely. However, my parents were really great, and, we went to a couple therapies and just kind of learned how to adapt my life to make it work, which is what the plan is for Eli. He actually starts some occupational therapy next week, and then we have another appointment in January with there's a specialist, I guess you would say, out here. So we have an appointment with them in January that would do some more therapies, like, I can't remember what it's called, behavioral something. But anyway, so we have a few options, right? We've also learned, so I did a lot of research and just looking, and I mean, I knew things that helped me. And I just continue to research and find things. So we actually found that it's really helpful for Eli to do coffee, to have a cup of coffee. We do like a protein shake kind of thing, and it was really helpful for him. Oh, there's the kitty cat. So that helps him to focus. It only lasts a little while, maybe a couple hours, but it is helpful for him. So, we've been doing that, not every day, just kind of when he feels like he needs it more. And then there's a few supplements and stuff that we've started. So, which we haven't really noticed a huge difference from the supplements, but that's pretty typical. I mean, supplements don't usually give you an immediate effect, so that's fine. But anyway, so to give it more of an update, I guess. So we've been doing things. It's been going well. We started, I think I said this in the last video, that we were going to start doing some school. Okay, get down. We were going to start doing school. So they went to a local private school, and yes, I said went. We'll get there. But anyway, so we were doing school with him where the psychologist had actually said that he thought homeschooling would be best. And so we were doing home 2 days a week and going to school 3 days a week. Some things happened that we didn't agree with at the school, and we made the decision. We had already been talking about pulling them out as of December, so once their Christmas break was over, and starting homeschooling again in January. But some things happened, and I mean, there was some picking, and we just found out more about that we didn't know about, and just stuff that we just didn't feel comfortable for them going there. So we made the decision to go ahead and pull them sooner. I went to the school on a Wednesday, talked to the principal, and explained, why. And so she told us that essentially we have to think of the school as a ministry, because there's a lot of unchurched kids. That's how she said it. And that's not something that we were comfortable with. So we decided to just, I'd already went into the meeting pretty much with the decision that we were going to pull them out. But I wanted to I wanted her to know the reason. And I had hoped it would change things. I don't think it did, but it is what it is. I can't change that, obviously. However, we weren't comfortable with, okay, let me send my kid to school where half the kids are unchurched, as she put it, and they're allowing bullying is really what it is. Maybe not to an extreme, but to come from kids that went, I mean, one of the reasons we chose that school was because, one, we thought it would help, they had help available for Eli, which we now know that they did not. And they do not, they cannot give it. They don't have the resources. And we also chose that one specifically because we liked the way that it was, or we felt like it was going to be easier for them coming from a homeschooled environment where, yes, we went to co-op, but the kids in co-op are very like-minded, and we didn't have issues with bullying or anything like that at co-op. So because they have the ability that if they caught that at all, then sorry, you can't come back. There wasn't any, there were repercussions, I guess I would say. So to put our kids in a school, we knew that of course was going to be something that would happen because just kids are kids and it's always going to happen at some point. But we felt like when we went and did the walkthrough and we talked to them, now granted, the admissions person is no longer there. It's a different person. But when we had talked to him, that we felt comfortable and felt like that if that were to happen there, it would be addressed, and it would be addressed in a biblical way, which would be good for the kids, right? So that's not what was the case, unfortunately. And they grew substantially with a lot of kids from like the local schools that were in disarray. And so a lot of kids are coming in and don't have that yet. But anyway, so we weren't comfortable with how things were handled. We felt like it was said, like I said, she said that this was a ministry, the principal, and like you have to go into that, looking at that. We weren't told that when we first started. And honestly, if we felt like our kids needed to go into a school to be missional, we, like in that sense, we would send them to public school. But we don't feel like, so don't get me wrong here. I do think that you minister to people every day in your life, right? You are a missionary if you are a Christian. But I don't think that the mentality was correct that they had. I don't think that you allow the students that aren't, like, I don't think that you as a Christian should allow somebody who is not to step all over you and do things that are just wrong morally, let alone unbiblical, in the mercy of ministering to them, because I don't think that's right. That's not what it is, But anyway, sorry, kind of went on a tangent there. We made the decision. I went in and I talked to her. I talked to her and she gave me paperwork and was like, okay, well, I understand. You can go ahead and take them today. Which I wasn't expecting. We thought, well, we'll wait till Friday and give them a few days. But, so Eli, we decided to just take him out that day. Eli didn't care. He hated school, and it was kind of a fight to get him there a lot of days. So it was like, okay, we'll just take him out now. And what was funny was we went down to get him and his stuff, and he was like, yay! So, I mean, with the principal and everybody was right there. But I guess it's good that your kid wants to be home with you, right? So yeah, so that's where we are. We are now homeschooling. We gave Joey the choice, and he chose that he wanted to come back to homeschooling. We're going to go back to the co-op that we were in before. We can't do that until January, but that's the plan. They have friends there, and they just enjoy it. So that will be coming in January. But yeah, so we gave Joey the choice. He went to school the next day on Thursday, which I have to give, like, mad props to his teachers. They were really great. He absolutely loved the teachers. It was the students he didn't like, and the teachers did what they could to help the situation. And it wasn't even necessarily everything bullying-wise was directed at Joey. It was just Joey was seeing them and being the kid that he is, which makes me very proud. He was standing up to them. And things were just not, it's not going to change if the other people above the teachers who, you guys know, especially if you're a teacher, you don't have a lot of ways to discipline kids. So, and those kids that are coming in from the public school system, who are, how do I say this? Who are troubled? Is that the right word, maybe? They already know that. They know what they can get away with, and they know what they can't. So I feel like they use that, right? But anyway, so Joey just didn't like it. He wasn't comfortable there either, and he loved the teachers. He had a robotics club, and he absolutely loved that. But for him, the choice was to come home and go back to our old co-op. He felt that's what he wanted to do. So we gave him the choice. Eli, I didn't have to worry about giving him a choice. We knew what he wanted. So, yeah. But yeah, so they are now back to homeschooling. This week, they are actually visiting. That we took like a break, and it was going to be their fall break anyway from the school system. So they're visiting with family. Went for a little mini vacation, I guess, with their grandparents. So that's where they are this week. And so it's just me and Scott at home, which has been nice and fun, but I miss them, So, yeah, starting next week, we are going back to homeschooling. So November the 1st is what date I've decided on, to give us a little time to adjust and stuff to it. So, yeah, we're going back. Our whole little 4 months of not homeschooling, but it's okay. So there's that update, guys. That's what we've got right now. We're going to go back to it. I'm looking at different curriculum and trying to decide what we're going to do. And so be praying for that. That's can be a little overwhelming sometimes to pick what's right and what's best for our family. So be praying for us through that, and just that the transition will go easy and smoothly. I'm not super worried about it. They both wanted and chose it, so I think it'll be fairly easy, but there's always things. So it's great to pray about that. But all right, well, I think that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you have a great day today. And make sure to subscribe to our channel if you want to see videos upcoming as they come out. It'll alert you. So it's I think it's a little bell or something maybe. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.